The girl puts on an apron, covering herself with both hands. It's the last piece of anything she is left to wear. A male employee walks in, sees her barely covered, nervously licks his lips, then picks up the phone. The man on the other end claims to be a cop and orders him to rip off the girl's apron. But this guy has always had a soft spot for Becky. There's no way he can do something like that. And he starts questioning who this really is. Half an hour earlier, the manager got an anonymous call. The man on the line said he was police, claimed Becky was a thief, and that they had her on camera. The manager didn't really buy it, but she was too scared of the cops to push back. So she searched Becky anyway, went through every single pocket, found nothing but a phone. The locker was clean too. Becky swallowed her pride, thinking it was finally over. But the so-called cop demanded she strip down and let the manager do a full body check. Becky felt completely violated. Every fiber of her being screamed no, but the voice on the phone turned threatening, saying she'd go to jail if she didn't cooperate. Becky had no choice but to give in. In front of two female co-workers, she stripped down to her underwear, but the caller kept pushing further, testing every boundary, insisting that thieves hide stolen cash in their undergarments, and demanding she remove the last thing she had on. Becky was heartbroken, but figuring her dignity was already gone, and at least it was only women in the room, she took everything off, proving she had nothing to hide. But the nightmare was just getting started. The voice on the phone accused the manager and co-workers of covering for Becky, and demanded another employee come in to inspect her. The only one left was the male worker, and that's how we got to that opening scene. The guy finally snaps, and demands the caller's badge number. The voice on the other end gets furious, insists on speaking to the manager, threatens to charge her with aiding a suspect, and says he'll have the whole restaurant investigated. The manager is terrified of losing her job. She completely loses her grip on reason, ignores the male employee's warning, and calls in her husband to check Becky, telling herself he would never go too far. The man on the phone orders the husband to remove Becky's apron. The husband stares at Becky with a look that says everything. Becky is completely alone in this. She has no choice but to comply. The moment she drops the apron, the caller laughs. He's getting off on every second of this. He orders the husband to punish the thief, but the husband doesn't do it. He still has a basic sense of right and wrong. He asks the manager if she ever verified the guy's badge number. The manager goes blank. She rushes to call the nearest precinct and finds out the whole thing was a fraud. The manager is absolutely floored. In the end, the real police track the man down. He gets convicted of impersonating an officer and sexual assault and sentenced to 7 years in prison. Corporate fires the manager and pays Becky $6.1 million in damages. But can any amount of money truly make up for what she went through?